Calling in all entrepreneurs, lightworkers, star seeds who are here ready to make impact, more money on this earth, and shift to the fifth dimension. Are you ready to ascend?
What's up, fam? Okay, this is my podcast, so I get to do what I want. So I asked the team that I'm working with, I'm like, can I intro myself like, what's up, motherfuckers? And guess what? Here I am. What's up, you guys, motherfuckering? Yeah. Cool. So today we're going to talk about money. And here we are. I specifically want to talk about money. And the reason for that is because I am close to being a millionaire and I really want to inspire other people to start speaking about money. Why is it that we can walk into a room and be like, how are you? Talk about my problems. Why can't we walk into a room and be like, hey guys, how are you? What have you been up to? What amazing experience did you buy yourself this week? What incredible new things have you bought yourself this week that you've always wanted, that what kind of food are you eating? And funnily enough, I was actually just saying to the crew here, I've been eating a lot of Guzman and Gomez, a lot of acai bowls. I've been not buying food and cooking food because of my busy schedule this week. And I'm like, oh, I love this life that I can actually just buy whatever the fuck food I want to, whenever I want to, because I have the resources to do that, right? And I believe resources are money, fam. And so even me doing this podcast, this is a resource. I've been able to now reach more people and help more people and make more impact based on the fact that I've had money. So let's start switching our money beliefs. So I really want to dive deep into this today. So one of the massive key pieces that I've had to shift was my desire to actually wanting to be rich. And for those of you who have followed my journey, you know how spiritual I've been. And for such a long time, I was like, oh, making lots of money and being rich, like, isn't in alignment because it's not a spiritual belief. And then hold on a second. I remember at the start of last year, I was actually doing like a 21-day challenge of abundance. And it was actually a meditation. It was Sanskrit, and I was doing different transcendental meditations to channel money. And then I really thought about it. I was like, oh, really spiritual people talk about abundance, yet they don't talk about being rich or wealthy. Like the language is different. And so for me, I'm like, how can we change our language as a whole, whatever language you want to call it? If you want to call it you being abundant, I want to call it being a fucking millionaire or being rich or even being a multimillionaire. And these few pieces of us changing our language will also help you expand, right? So my biggest desire was to be a multimillionaire, right? And I've been recoding my brain for the past 6 months. So I've been looking into the mirror, into my left eye, and I literally reprogram myself by saying, I'm a multimillionaire. I have so much money in my bank account. I feel so safe to hold money in my bank account. And another piece that I've actually started doing recently is I've started saying my bank account is always growing. My bank account is always growing. And I had this epiphany a few weeks ago that we call it savings. Like, why is it that in our bank accounts we call it savings? Like, who the fuck are you saving? Sorry, bruh, but I'm not fucking here to save money. Money is growing for me because I love money and money loves me, right? And so another thing that I've been saying and like always talking about is that money is always growing for me. So everyone, wherever you are right now, I want you just to stop. I want you to take a big deep breath in and put your both hands on your heart. And I want you to say these things in your mind after me. Money's always growing for me. Money loves me and loves co-creating magic with me. Money loves growing in my bank account. I have money flow to me every single day easily and effortlessly. And taking a big deep breath in. And if you have the capacity right now to continuously say those things in your mind, this is going to help you. Okay, so that's tip number 1, fam. This is what really, truly helped me in my journey, was recoding and rewiring my unconscious mind. The next thing was I had to get really clear about the programming that was actually going and swirling around in my brain. And the biggest piece that was swirling around in my brain was that when I was younger, my beautiful parents, who are incredible, by the way, mum and dad, fucking love you. Mum was really good at counting money, and mum was really good at making sure we had everything that we needed, right? However, one thing that she would say is, we can't afford that. We're not having that. Natalie, we can't have that. And so in those moments, my mum was literally being the most amazing mum ever by, putting those money into other things. However, as a child, what that did to me was make me think, okay, we can't afford this. We don't have this. We can't have this. And I kind of grew up not thinking we had money when really, like, we had a pool, we had a spa, we had motorbikes. We went to Australia from New Zealand every year. Like, we were fucking well off, right? However, I didn't make that connection until a few years ago. And so funny. Sorry, that was so cute. Wait, that was so cute. You guys so cute. I have to laugh and scratch my eye. Okay. So I only made that connection, a few years ago, that the programming that I have had that was so unconscious and in the unconscious mind, we're running 90 to 95% of your programs. I realized in that moment that these programs have made such a key piece to my up-leveling of making money. And so then this brings me to my next point of playing in the shadows of money. When we speak about not wanting to be rich or not wanting to have these big desires, what we're doing is we're kind of like shaming ourselves, and we're putting these feelings and these emotions and what we truly desire into the shadow. And that only ends up being expressed in leaky energy. So that energy, because it's in the shadow, right? That energy will need to go somewhere, and it seeps into other areas of your life, which can actually be the shadow. And this can be quite like a darker energy, a negative energy, and not necessarily working towards something that is positive. So for me, when I really started taking ownership and accountability for the fact that I really truly desire to be fucking wealthy and rich, that is where the pendulum started to shift, right? That is where I was like, if I start speaking this into existence, knowing that I am the creator of my reality, maybe, just maybe, I can change my whole entire life. And if you go back to looking at any manifestation tools or techniques, they all talk about this, right? They talk about the value of you knowing that you are here to create your own reality. Well, fuck, if I'm God and I get to fucking create my own reality, then motherfucker, guess what? I'm so creating this reality exactly how I want it. If I want to be a multimillionaire and buy a Lamborghini and go on whatever yachts I want to and fly first class, and guess what? I'm going to make that happen. And so I see a lot of entrepreneurs also saying, hey, I really want to, like, this is my big goals. And even in my 21-day challenge recently, I wrote to everyone on day one, what is your big goals? And everyone wrote these incredible goals. And then when I sat with it, I actually thought, I wonder, out of the 70 people that have replied here, I wonder who actually has steps to their goal, opposed to them just saying, oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to make $50,000 a month. And a lot of coaches say to me, oh, Nat, I want to do 50K a month. And I'm like, great. So what's the strategy of you getting there? And they're like, oh, I've just been manifesting. And I'm like, cool, babe. You're throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. And this huge paradigm shift you have to have for you to be able to hold the next level of money. And this is my belief system, and this is what I know to be true for myself. And so, fam, you've heard it here first. If you really truly want to make money in your business, you have to firstly believe that you can do it. Secondly, you need to see the programs that you've had in your life, and then you need to shift them. Thirdly, stop putting your desires into the shadows and stop fucking playing small. Fourthly, you need to have steps to your goals. If you don't have steps to your goals, then really you're just throwing shit at the wall and you're fucking hoping it sticks. And fam, that will not work and will not serve you, will not serve your community, and will not serve the things that you are here to truly do. Baby boy, baby girl, you're here. You've been put on earth at this time to make money. Abundance is actually you experiencing more of life. There are abundance grids. There are love grids. And when we play in the fifth dimension, when we play in the energetics of higher realms, we know that what we have to do is experience more heightened levels of consciousness. So to be able to expand consciousness, it is about you truly locking in a law with the universe of what you truly desire. Now, I set intentions every single day that I'm going to get there. I set intentions and I declare to the universe exactly what it is, exactly what I want. When I launched cash codes and clients and reclamation, that week that I actually did that, what I did was I declared to the universe that I was going to call in these souls that are aligned to working with me. And I also committed to a figure that I really wanted to call in. And then I worked out how many clients I needed to bring in that figure. And this is actually you telling the universe and declaring to the universe what you want. I see a lot of coaches be like, yeah, I want to do a 10K launch. It's like, cool. How are you actually doing that? What is the strategy for you to get there? Now, there needs to be a marketing strategy. There needs to be a sales strategy. There needs to be different strategies and places for you to also bring that money in, honey bunny, you know? Okay, another massive, incredible, yummy thing that I did was started reading The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by Jay Harvecker. I think that's how I pronounce his name. Anyway, fam, I read this book about 5 years ago when I was starting to get into personal development when I started my lash business, right? And I remember he spoke about the retraining of your unconscious mind. When you see someone driving a Mercedes or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, do you look at them and think, oh, that fucking rich bitch? Or do you actually look at them and think, wow, if you can do it, I can do it too. That's amazing. Congratulations. And be in that different vibration of gratitude and also that expansion vibration of being like, oh my God, that's amazing. Well done, sister. If you can do it, I can do it too. And I always say that too, guys. Whenever I walk into a room and there's people making more money than me, I'm like, that's right. If they can make that much money, I can too. Thank you. And so I also had another program that I was going around and around and around and around and around in my mind for the last like maybe 6 months that I've been saying, oh my God, if you can do it, I can do it too. So like there was a girl that I met about a year ago and she was doing 250K months. And I was like, wow, if you can do it, I can do it too. If this is my awareness, that's amazing. I can do it too, right? And so The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, he also goes into what's called the thermostat. So there's like a level that you get to potentially in your savings, but we're going to reframe that to now calling it growth. So whatever growth that you have in your bank account, it's normally there, right? So some people have always had like $5,000 savings in their bank account. And this also is another program for a rainy day. Have you heard that saying before? Oh, make sure we have savings in there for a rainy day. Well, sorry, babe, but if it's fucking raining, I want to do cool shit. So how about you always have money no matter what you're doing in your life because you have growth in your bank account, not savings. Who are you fucking saving? Saving the fucking sun? You can't fucking blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, so Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, he talks about the thermostat. You have your savings. So let's say it's 10K. You have 10K savings right there, then and there. And you're like, I want to be able to grow my money to 20 or 30K, right? There has to be a shift of you feeling safe in your body to hold this money or to grow your money to the next level. Now, this is something that I have had to really work through, fam. For such a long time, I never had any savings or growth in my bank account because every time money would come in, I would just spend it. I was like, I had this program that was like, I always make heaps of money so I can buy whatever the fuck I want, right? And I had that for years. Literally my lash business, I was taking like 2 or 3K cash a week and I was spending it. Now back then, obviously what I chose to spend on cocaine was obviously not high vibration. Where now me spending or making all of this money that I make, reinvest back into my business, reinvest back into myself. And now I have this beautiful growth in my bank account that consistently grows and grows and grows because I feel safe to hold money in my bank account. And then this links back to at the very start, I spoke about you having to retrain your unconscious mind. So I looked into the mirror 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, and started programming myself. I feel safe to hold money. I feel safe to hold money. And I keep saying a specific number. I feel safe to hold $50,000 in my bank account. I feel safe to hold $50,000 in my bank account. Then I moved up and up and up. And every single time you move up and up and up, you will actually hold and feel the expansion in your consciousness to being able to hold that. Now, this is really important that you need to do these other pieces of training your unconscious mind to being able to hold that, of getting through those programs, and also to not shame yourself for what you truly desire. Because this is the big thing, right? If you actually truly deeply desire to live a fulfilling life, then babe, you're actually allowed to. This is your full fucking permission piece right now to buy whatever the fuck it is that you truly desire. I have a girlfriend that's also really successful, and every time she sells a big client at like 30K or 50K, she buys herself a big piece of jewelry. And I'm like, yes, babe, show me your fucking jewelry store. Like, show me the jewelry store. And every single time she does that, she's like, this happened when I got to this month, and this happened when I got to this month. And it's like beautiful that she has those pieces for her to see her growth. And so, you know, if we are all star seeds that came down to this earth, or especially those of whom are listening, you are the star seeds that have come down to this earth. You are allowed to play this experience and this simulation however you choose to. So by you shaming yourself that you don't want to play big is actually you just staying in the shadows and you staying in the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, you staying with all your peers. You don't have to do that, babe. A part of growth also gets to be you stepping out and taking the lead and you stepping into the arena. So this comes into my next piece. I really want to speak about getting into the arena. One of my really good mentors says to me that for you to play in the arena, you actually need to be projected on. So other people in your industry, other people in your awareness will start to be either like threatened of you or triggered of you or maybe intimidated by you, and them projecting on you actually shows your courage. And your courage and your authenticity for you to speak your truth is truly the power of being a fucking leader, of being a real entrepreneur, of making a stand for what you fucking believe in that is different from the rest. You teaching things and feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough to teach this. You having that imposter syndrome is actually maybe you stepping into courage and you truly caring about your business even fucking deeper, an even fucking deeper level, right? And that is the essence of an incredible fucking mentor. Every single time I invest in a new mentor, I know they're 2 or 3 steps ahead of me based on their authenticity, based on how much they're willing to play in the arena and stand up for what they fucking want. And that is a leader that I want to sign up with, and I'm happy to pay them whatever it is, the investment, whatever it is that they truly desire, because they've said, this is my fucking worthiness. This is what I now play for. And I'm like, cool, here's a fucking investment. And every single time I've invested in myself, I've had to fully back myself, even when I've wanted to shit my fucking pants. There was this one week in my business where I invested $69,000 and I literally like swallowing, like I had anxiety, and I never get anxiety, right? I was like, oh my God, my heart was beating out of my chest. I felt sick. I didn't want to eat. I was like, oh my God. Like I was like, fuck, I haven't felt these old programs for a very long time. I almost felt like I was going to go back into scarcity, if I'm honest. And then that like I felt like the closing of my heart and my body. I was like, oh my God. And then I felt this moment of surrendering, and I said, all right, universe, spirit guides, angels, archangels, beings of different dimensions that are here for my highest good. If I'm really meant to do this, like I need to see a sign. I saw the sign and I was like, right, I'm all in. I'm fucking all in. And as soon as I went all in, my heart literally expanded. I felt this of almost like I've shifted a new timeline. And then, of course, that week I had so many deja vu moments, and I really believe that deja vu is you shifting timelines. And in that moment, I was like, I can do this. I can fucking do this. The week after, I made $179,000 in a week. I'm done. I'm good. I'm okay. So now I have a program. Every single time I invest, it comes back tenfold. And this is a beautiful program to have, guys. So please feel free to utilize this program. So again, right now you can be saying in your mind, if Natalie can do it, I can too. If Natalie can do it, I can too. If she can do this money, I can too. I feel safe to hold $179,000 in my bank account. Like, this gets to be you totally shifting your awareness right now, listening to this podcast or listening to it wherever you're listening to. And this is the permission piece of you being okay with stepping into full courage, shit my pants zone, of you investing in yourself and going all in and backing yourself. When you fully back yourself, the universe literally will propel you forward and shift you into a new timeline of being like, she's willing to play in the arena and she's willing to go all in. Because it's like a pendulum. Like if you think about a pendulum swinging, you bring the pendulum all the way back, it has to swing all the way forward, right? There has to be this flow. And so every single time I invest, it's like this flow, like, okay, I'm going to shit my pants, zoom, I'm going again. And I kind of almost see it like you see the pendulum swing, you get to a new level. Then you see the pendulum swing, you get to a new level. You see the pendulum swing, you get to a new level. And this gets to be you going through growth to get there, courage to get there, and then you backing yourself to get there. And these levels, like, your mentors can teach you this, right? They can tell you this, but until you grasp this concept of the fact that no one can shift your reality like you can, nothing else will land. You are the creator of your own reality. You are the person that is the action taker. You are the person that gets to be inspired by your own content, by your own creation, by your own beliefs. And then the more you feel inspired by your own beliefs, the more you share it with your community, the more of an authority you get to be, the more of a leader you get to be, and the more people will want to fucking follow you and be diehard fans and literally want to pay you. And that is also another reason I believe I'm successful, is because I'm willing to make a stand of what I believe in. I'm willing to jump on a podcast or jump on a YouTube channel and be like, I fucking see dragons and I'm okay with that. And, you know, I have no shame in the woo-woo-ness or the alienness or it not fitting into a box, because I'm not fucking here to fit into a box. I'm here to break through grids. I'm here to break through fucking the 3D. I'm here to break through the limiting beliefs that I've been putting on myself all these years, right? And so, babes, I want to leave you with this one little gem. You are the creator of your reality. You get to choose how much money you make in this reality. It is not you coming into a matrix and you only earning 50K a year. That is bull fucking shit. The only person that can get you out of a 9-to-5 is you. The only person that can actually help you change your life is you. Your mentors can inspire you and teach you strategies and teach you tools and potentially do some transformation work. And yes, that's great. I have obviously invested a lot of money into all that. However, ultimately, it has been me time and time and time again who have backed my fucking self, given myself certainty and courage codes to literally shift me into a new timeline. I really hope you've taken some juicy golden nuggets from this. I love you all dearly. Go and make some fucking money, you sexy motherfuckers. Yeah! And boys and girls, if you would like to continuously watch me, please go to my Instagram at Natalie Patterson Coaching or follow the podcast, The Ascension Codes _. The best way to support this podcast is to go to Spotify or Apple Podcast, leave a 5-star review. I know you want to. And I will see you on the next podcast episode. I have channeled through 2 incredibly powerful and potent group coaching programs. One is for the entrepreneurs who want to get to consistent 10K months, learn everything that I have in the systems and the back end of my business, how I've helped other entrepreneurs scale to 10 and 20 and 30K months, how I've been able to cultivate so much certainty in my business by my spiritual tools, my spiritual gifts, and also the strategies and the structure to actually making your goals a real reality. So that is business container 1. Taking you quantum, baby. It's called Reclamation of the soul's purpose. The second business container is called Cash Codes and Clients. This is for all the entrepreneurs who are already at, that 20, 30, 40K months, and they are wanting to scale beyond multi 6 figures and 7 figures. This is strategy, structure, spiritual fucking woo-woo codes, 5th dimension. There is 3 live events and 9 months of full support of me channeling in your business. If you would like to learn more, the links are down below. Both options have payment plans, finance available, and also pays in fulls, of course. Babes, if you want to work with me, if you feel the call to work with me and learn more about my magic, please DM me now at Natalie Patterson Coaching or the Ascension Codes _.